Hey, welcome to the chat. Always nice to have you. But now I'm just pairing my phone to everything so I can keep an eye on the chat. Okay, so I messed around with some of the settings and I really need you guys to let me know if there's an echo so I can fix it immediately. Because I did review the last live stream from yesterday. I rewatched the entire thing this morning and the echo did go away for some time, but at some point I must have raised the volume on the TV and that, you know, obviously sucks for you guys. Hopefully that's good. Xanac, welcome to the chat. So last we left off, we entered this frozen storage building. We're going to search around for the... well, for what, we're not sure. We're just going to search around. Oh wait, no, I can't buy anything. Because I'm super broke from beating the crap out of all of the civilians. I'll try not to do that this time. I really like the UI here for the inventory menu, because if you guys remember from the first game, it was absolutely atrocious. It was a huge improvement on their...
This always gives me goosebumps, no matter how many times I come here.
Yes, it's quite the fun house. Truly a dazzling place. Meet entertainment. That's the only way to describe it. Woven together by life, frozen in time, a visceral, musical...
symphony. We eat all this in order to survive.
In Circle of Life.
Yes. Truly a symphony. Life and death resonating together.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Cool? Whoa now, CLG. Since when were you interested in this kind of stuff?
What are you so surprised for, Daddy? I'm more mature than you are. I've seen way more realistic corpses on CSI, you know.
The TV show?
At first, Zack, I was shocked by the notion of storing a victim's body alongside food. But as I gaze upon this hanging garden, I realize it's just another scene of violent, depraved murder.
Only on animals.
Yes. All we need to do is change our point of view, and things will expose themselves in utterly new ways.
He called this a garden. It's quite the point of view to have when he said. Who came in through here? Ah. So we can't question any of the workers. You know what this meat locker room reminds me of is the boss fight from Silent Hill 2. I know a lot of you guys haven't played that game, but it's like hands down one of my favorite games. Honestly, don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. This has such a different vibe from the first game. Like, the first game was a lot more linear compared to this, at least so far. Head to the morgue. Get a strike. Okay. But from what I can tell, we're just on our own.
Melvin, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you a personal question. In the hotel parking lot, when I first met you, the picture you had on your dashboard happened to catch my eye.
Bro,
that
I didn't
your
even
wife?
see that.
Oh, her? Yeah, that's my lady, all right. Candy. Her name's Candy.
Of course it is.
Prettiest girl in town, which makes me the happiest boy.
Candy is such a prostitute name, dude. I'm so sorry.
A shooting star landed in a rural town, right on top of a man who...
You always keep her photo with you?
You bet I do. The truth is, Candy's a little sick right now. She can't even leave the house no more.
She's got COVID.
So I always keep her photograph with me. Kind of feels like we're always together, you know?
I see. You care for your wife a great deal. But this means that
Yeah, that's right. My mama had me before she married Daddy. But it don't matter. He's still my real daddy to me.
Aw, good for you.
Oh, thank you, CLG. And you're my pride and joy.
well, Zach, isn't this a heartwarming scene? But there's one thing I just can't get out of my mind.
The murder.
Don't you think that photograph looked a bit too old? Perhaps Candy is already... No, let's not think about that.
She's dead. She's just like, her rotting corpse is hanging in his bedroom. He looks at it every
might be a
night.
private matter, just like you, Zach.
Yeah, that would be kind of horrifying.
We're almost to the morgue.
You don't need to keep correcting yourself, Melvin.
I know, but you know,
Still, rephrasing, it's a shout.
yeah, but
Whew. I've only been working with him. He ain't right.
Hit right in the head.
The FBI should add a new requirement to their hiring process.
Fuck
Must
you.
possess humanity.
I got your humanity right here. Like, this is like detective vision. I could just see through walls. Sorry, Kit. Yeah, I was kind of skimming it mostly when I was skipping the dialogue. It wasn't important, trust
Here
me.
we are, Zach. The morgue. They stored the victim's body in a cold storage warehouse operated by her family. I'd love to shake the hand of whoever came up with that one.
Hey, Agent York. Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can?
Yes.
We don't have any special facilities like you people. What else did you expect us to do, huh? Don't compare us with city folk. This is Lucare.
I like how she's saying don't compare us as if she had a hand in what to do with the body. Like, she had a huge part of where they kept the body. Now she's taking the most offense to it when she's clearly like 4 or some shit like that.
And maybe you're just disappointed that you didn't get to see the bloated, decomposing corpse of a young girl.
Sorry, you're right. I went a bit too far just now. But don't misunderstand. I honestly think it's a fantastic idea. I'd never try and bully your daddy.
York, please don't ever say that out loud again. I'd never try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
Thank you for understanding.
I am really liking the music for this area. A catfish tail? Yeah. Zanak, you stop that. You said yes, daddy in the chat. Yes, inspect the icicle on the ceiling.
An icicle? Never thought I'd see one of these down in the south. Boxes that got left behind. I can't tell what's inside. What do you think, Zach? I'm gonna go with okra. Yeah, okra. I'm sure it must be okra. Zach, can you see that? Look closely. That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the top of this. It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints. Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10 feet tall.
Well, to be fair, Kaysen from the first game was like literally as tall as a building.
Forgotten boxes. Looks like shelled headless shrimp. When were these boxes brought here? And when will they be taken away? Zach, can you feel it? The perpetual, unstoppable flow of time.
Stray pallet, where leaves lay, thermometer on the wall.
Zach, these are human footprints.
They're
extremely
regular
large.
footprints. They're not even like shoe indentations. They're just feet.
Yes, Zach, I agree. These footprints must belong to someone who's used to walking around in cold temperatures. This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing. That's right, a body bag. Lisa's body must have been left here. But there are no signs that the bag was dragged away. So our criminal must possess monstrous strength.
So he's 10 feet tall, he's barefoot, he's got really, really buff strength. We're looking for Bigfoot. We're quite literally just looking
Seems
for
like
Bigfoot.
our flying serpent isn't here. Is this everything, Melvin? There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
Well, there is the luxury foods warehouse.
Luxury foods? Why didn't you say so earlier?
Yeah, Kit, you and me had the same idea as a Yeti. We're just looking
Just
for
thought you
the
wanted to see
southern
what
version of
body-
Bigfoot.
I mean, I just thought you were only interested in warehouse number 2. Besides, it's underground, so it's even colder than this. You sure you really want to go down there? You could darn well freeze to death. All life will come to...
Skip.
You feel me?
I hate when he does that. He says he tries to make it dramatic and he just winds up looking stupid. And I get that that's like his goofy characteristic, but like, it's annoying. He constantly waves his hands in my face and makes me want to punch him. And I'm gonna go broke because he's being dumb.
Let's head there at once. I'm sure that must be where we're meant to go.
But what about searching for Lisa's body?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot tall man with monstrous strength.
Yeah, easy. Stupid, I figured that out in 1 second.
That giant knows where she is.
10 foot tall?
But finding the flying serpent is more important right now. Now please, guide me to the luxury foods warehouse at once.
I just realized I was 2 when the stuff in the game is happening. Zanak, I'm sorry you're so young. Cal, welcome to the chat.
These luxury foods are most likely being used in local Cajun cuisine. I'm so excited to see what we'll find. Aren't you, Zach?
Not particularly. I'm really curious to see if they even included like the shadow people from the first game. What's interesting about the first game is the fact that it's actually based on... Greenvale is based on a real town that's in a county not too far from where I live.
That elevator needs a key, Mr. York.
Do you have one?
Actually, no. I didn't think you'd ever want to go down there. So I didn't
Helpful.
bother to go and get one.
Well, then would you go and get one now?
Yeah. COG, I know. I'll tell it to him straight. Thing is, Mr. York, you know the Clarksons? The folks who own this place? Well, they don't too much like the police. They sure as hell don't like them when they're my color. It was, real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through. So they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to them now, asking for another key.
What should we do then?
Police, straight, blunt force, break down the elevator door.
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead.
Or that works too.
All they need to do is take a break from their work for a couple minutes.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right? That's always what I see you doing on TV.
It's okay. Don't punch the child in the face. I'm really fighting the urge to punch you. You. Open the door. So wait, what is my objective right now? Just acquire the keys. So am I supposed to do, run at everyone? Interesting. Yes, Zanek, they are racist. It's the Deep South. I'm not saying that everyone in the Deep South is racist. I'm saying that that location is known for being racist. Unfortunately. Okay, what are you? A crawfish shell. He has... Okay, so here's the theory. Because in the first game, he could run. Like, he could run for like a good 2 or 3 minutes straight. In this one, he does like a mad dash, but he has the stamina of like an acorn. So he traded strength for speed, essentially, because he's super buff. In the first game, he's like really skinny. Cal, this game takes place in Louisiana, I believe. What could you be? Bullfrog leg.
Zach, I think we can move this. Better
Aha.
check back here as well, just to be on the safe side.
Come on, stop. Get off. Come on. How does anyone work here? This is a maze. please. There we go. What? Oh, okay. At least there's a quick way out. Could you imagine having to do that every day for work? Just go through that nightmare. Zanek, New Orleans.
Zach, the human ability to adapt.
New Orleans, is that not a part of Louisiana?
Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it.
Config, title screen. Damn it, go down. Guidebook. The car. Yeah, Le Car, Louisiana. That's where we are. For context. Zanek, you say you have a theory. Let's hear it.
Now we should be able to operate the elevator.
Oh, that's
No need to
fucked,
worry.
man. This guy's gonna get in
This
so
facility
much
no longer
trouble.
has a body to steal. What else do they have to lose? I feel bad for him, but it's for the sake of the investigation. I'll write him a letter of apology later.
That guy's gonna get in so much trouble. One, sleeping on the job. Two, letting just literally anyone that can get back here steal your keys. You have a theory that York could be gay. And how do you want to prove that theory? Considering he tried getting with Emily at the end of the first game. You know, before she died. I mean, he might be bi, considering that the sheriff deputy was also considered one of the goddesses of the forest.
Mr. York, did you find a key? Ha! Now that's my special agent. There ain't no stopping you. Wanna head straight down?
You bet. Let's sally forth, Melvin. Zach, look at that thermometer. (0°F, or minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. This is the ambiguous zero.
Hey, Avery! Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York. Once Avery starts working on something, that's all he sees. He just tunes out everything else. We'll have to wait until he finishes and comes out to us, I reckon. Or we could come back tomorrow.
I disagree, Melvin. Time may be on our side, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. You gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
No, he literally did not. He gave you Mr. Alligator to defend yourself against alligators.
Wait, Mr. York! Those tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
Of course, Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
You're gonna shoot some meat to get his attention. I'm right, ain't I?
Seriously? Oh, I can smack people with a gun too? I can switch ammo types, that's different. But the accuracy is different depending on the weapon. Okay. Oh, the game lagged. Is there an echo for you guys? Let me know now.
This is Mr. York, an agent from the FBI.
Oh, buddy, you're clearly gonna go to fucking
Hi,
jail.
Avery. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
York, you a smarty pants, hmm?
Avery Smith, clearly our murderer.
He's shyer than he looks. Come on, just settle down, Avery. Tell him what this here place is for.
Lots of expensive food here. Yup.
Yup.
Mighty precious to the Clarksons, so I gotta guard it.
I see. So you're this area's keeper.
Oh, I help with the research too. I do like research.
He sounds like his
Research.
parents are siblings.
What are you talking about, Avery? This doesn't look like a lab to me.
Oh, ain't no lab. It's a warehouse. Ain't no lab. The smarty pant scientist does the research. I ain't no smarty pants, no.
He's a bit slow in the mind, but he ain't a bad guy.
I'm gonna say that right in front of him.
Your story about the giant who carried Lisa out. Don't tell me you think it's him.
Yes, I do.
I mean, it's true that he's free to come and go as he pleases in this warehouse, but
No, as far as I can tell, he's just a bit over 6'5". The one who moved Lisa's body must be at least 10 feet tall. He's clearly too short.
too
Too
short.
short.
Huh? Well, if you ever happen to find a man who makes him look small, I'd sure like to meet him.
The dude's as tall as Zanuck, he's too short.
Lise.
Hey, cut it out!
Lise. Why?
Bro, that's so creepy.
Avery, that's not Lise.
Not Lise?
This is Melvin's daughter, and my precious assistant. Unfortunately, Elise is no longer with us.
Lise. Lise. My fault. My fault.
Don't touch him.
I guess he's sort of like Lise, you know? See, the poor fella's got himself a child like mine. You know how normal kids tease other kids in order to get attention? Well, with this big lug, sometimes folks who don't know him too well see something and end up calling the police. But I know that deep down, he's got a good heart. Hey, Mr. York, I'll keep him busy, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hurry this particular inspection along. Just holler at me if you find anything. I reckon that'll make it easier for you to go do your thing, yeah?
Melvin, I think you're finally starting to catch on.
Dude, look how tall he is. There we go.
And Dewey, Now here's some real Cajun cuisine. The way these sausages are linked up, they almost look like a serpent, but it's hard to imagine them flying. Let's move
Throw
on,
'em.
Zach. Avery, this box looks special.
Clarkson food. For their home.
Is
Melvin,
that why it's all the way in the
is
back?
this the Clarksons' family crest?
Oh, the dragonfly? Yeah, that's the Clarkson's mark, all right. Ain't no big deal, though. You can find those all over town.
Is that so?
Well, yeah. They pretty much run all of this town's major industries. Yeah. I do believe they own just about everything there is to own. So their word is law.
No, I'm the law.
They got the whole darn town tattooed with their dragonflies. Can't even walk a few steps without seeing one.
Zach, this dragonfly is our flying serpent. The flying serpent owns this town. They're related to Lise Clarkson, our victim. And Hungan's oracle pointed us toward their family crest. The Clarksons must be deeply intertwined with this case. Melvin, Patricia, I think I've had enough of this frozen world. Let's head back out to that merciless sun.
I just realized Patricia's not wearing any pants. She's wearing shorts and like the biggest coat possible. She must be dying from the waist down.
Well, what are you waiting for? I can't bear to spend another second down here.
So that was it? We didn't find any monsters at all? What type of enemies are there? So far we've come across 0 threats and we're almost 3 hours into the game. Kit says the game doesn't look quite like a horror game like the first one. That is true. But I'm still really interested in finding out what happens. The fact that I have a non-lethal gun, but the gun can also change ammo types. It's bizarre.
So, what do we do now, Mr. York?
Zach and I will take things from here.
Then what should I do?
You can go fuck yourself.
Tend to your sick wife? I don't know.
Or that.
You're free to do as you please. I'll stop by the sheriff's office when I need your help again.
I suppose that's what I'll do then. It'll sure make Candy happy. But I am the sheriff of this town, so I do intend to get some work done. I know. How about I search for Lisa's body while you're busy?
Not a bad idea. Just be careful that you don't get attacked by a barefooted giant.
Yeah, man, just
Hey,
Bigfoot's running around.
Don't scare me like that. Why do you keep talking about that giant anyway? You really think some giant was responsible for all this?
Melvin, don't be silly. Of course I do.
Of course I do.
Just when I thought you were starting to catch on. Disappointing, to say the least.
But how can you be so sure? I want to see some proof.
Proof number 1.
Wait, can you guys hear me? Oh wait, yeah, you can. Sorry, my bad.
The footprints that led up to where Lisa's body originally was were made with bare feet. None of the prints looked similar to those of common insulated boots, and the arches of the feet were visible. The person who carried out Lisa's body must have had very large feet. I'd say they were at least 16 inches. Proof number 2. I found fingerprints on the cord of one of the hanging lights in the warehouse. The fingerprints weren't aimed up from below. They were coming directly from the side. Clearly, the giant moved the light because it was in his way. He pinched the cord with his fingers. Proof number 3. There was nothing else found in the vicinity where Lisa's body was stored. This means the giant carried her out without dragging her across the floor. But there's only one set of footprints. The only conclusion I can draw from this evidence is that a barefooted giant, standing over 10 feet tall, carried Lisa's body out.
Or it was just a lot of people standing on top of each other's shoulders.
That concludes the entirety of my proof.
The old gag.
Objections, Melvin?
3 midgets in an overcoat.
But there ain't no way a human could ever be that tall.
Have you seen every human alive with your own eyes? Well then,
Then shut up.
you need to forget all your preconceived notions when embarking on an investigation. Whether you come face to face with a 10-foot giant or a skeletal gentleman, you always need to accept everything that comes to you with a clear mind. Do that, and eventually the truth will reveal itself to you. You're a smart kid, I'm sure you understand.
Well, I'll be damned. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Mr. FBI Special Agent, sir. A sharp eye and flawless observational skills.
Skip.
I won't ever question you again. Heck, I'll do whatever you say.
That's it, Melvin. I'm glad you finally caught on. Okay, time to go, Patty. You know this town well, so I'd like you to accompany me from now on.
Oh, okay.
Patty?
Not the actual law enforcement officer, but the child.
Zach, we found the flying serpent. Now we simply need to locate the 10 maidens. It's time to head on to Alexis's diner and lane.
See if you can keep up, loser. Ooh, that's a nice car. And of course, I can't just take it. In LA Noire, you can just commandeer literally any car that comes your way. And it's kind of hilarious because all of the NPCs constantly get pissed off with you. Bro. Bro. It's right there. Okay, I thought that that would be like some type of collectible or something. Like it's even got a mark on it. But I guess not. Okay, gotta go this way. Yeah, this game screams horror with its 10-year-old sidekick and skateboard.
Did you notice a bit? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted up and undergoing maintenance. The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and the sidewalk. Those bumps were dangerous even when we still had our car, remember? But this town is different. The streets are all paved so cleanly that we can skate along them without a care in the world. And there's hardly any trash or graffiti to be found anywhere. The Clarksons truly do control this place, for better or worse. It's a good example of how allowing certain people to rise to power can have positive effects as well. Also, don't you find that Southern people are remarkably friendly, even to total strangers?
God, he
Both
doesn't
here
stop
and in
talking,
New
does
Orleans, I've
he?
been amazed at how cordial.
Okay, okay, the
Is it
frame
just the
rate.
way things are?
York, stop. The frame rate is bugging out because there's squirrels everywhere. Hey, back the fuck up. That one was coming for me. That's what the red dots on the map are? Those are the enemies? The squirrels? You fucking bitch! What do you mean a lollipop and milk was stolen from me? York. Please. There we go. No. Dude, I cannot see what's happening. The frame rate is so hard to work with. Oh my god, get out of my fucking way. There we go. Come on. Come on. Hit him. Hit him. Aiming right at him. Jesus. There we go. Ah. What do you mean breach of contract? What do you mean? What do you mean? You fucking bitch. Okay. One more squirrel and the frame rate will shoot past 75. Hopefully. Okay. Okay. There we go. I'll teach the squirrels to steal lollipops from me. Also, what happened there? She was like she was invisible, but she was still getting shot. I just noticed my skateboard has a percentage meter. Can it break?
This town sure is peaceful, Zach. Is it?
How does it break?
Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted up and undergone
God, he doesn't stop talking.
The
does he?
city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft.
Oops. Yes, kid, the game definitely has issues that need fixing. Like the fact that everything renders in as you come close to it. The second fact that there's also zero cars. Even the first game had cars. Like, there are cars right there, but there's none on the road. Like, there are none moving. Everything renders in as I get closer to it, which is kind of ridiculous. But we will press on. See, those are dogs. Just letting, like, rabid stray dogs run around everywhere. Come on. Come on. Oh, fuck, he did not like that. Well, he didn't drop anything, so it was literally pointless. Alright, I'm not gonna aimlessly kill animals if I can't get anything out of it. Can I hit him? Nope. Apparently not. Kid, no, there's no way this game was rushed. They had 10 years to work on it.
This is the deep south. I feel it every time that
Last game
molten
came
hot
out in
sun pours
2010.
down. Don't use that.
This was 10 years in the making. Hopefully, you know, I should really do some research on this. Really. Y'all can expect a full-blooded review.
One lollipop?
Okay, thank you. One still frame. My eyes can take a break.
Patty, is something wrong?
I got something to say. When I first met you in the hotel parking lot, you mentioned Saint Rouge, right? If you want to find it, maybe you should track down Professor R.
He sounds like a Pokemon character.
Professor R.
Yeah. Professor R owns the jazz bar on the other side of the bayou.
How do you know that?
Because.
Because, huh? Interesting.
Press X to doubt. Interesting. Kid, I'm flattered. I can't wait to see my review for this. Dude, I can't even... Oh, holy shit, man, the frame rate. You might think it's your connection or something, but no, the frame rate is just genuinely really hard to work with. But I can see so much potential for this. Like, if they optimize it. Excellent soundtrack. See, here the frame works, because it's just a pre-rendered cutscene.
Ten maidens, Zack. Let's topple their hourglass figures and complete this oracle once and for all.
Oh my lord. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Sorry, honey, but you can't smoke in here. Since you're with Patricia, I'm guessing you're some friend of Melvin's.
He's Agent York from the FBI. This is Alexis, the owner of this restaurant. I'm helping out Agent York in his investigation. We signed a contract.
Oh my lord. Well, ain't that
Contract doesn't
something?
mean jack shit to me. Alexis Jawara. Oh, she's the
I'm FBI
concierge's
Special
brother.
Agent Francis
I mean,
York
sister.
Morgan. Please, call me York. Everyone's always called me that.
Oh my lord. Well, that's got to be the strangest introduction I've ever heard. No wonder everyone in town's been talking about you.
The fuck you find so funny?
I want a chocolate sundae.
You
but
get
no
nothing.
cherries. I want 2 wafers instead.
You get
Don't put too
nothing
many
and you
Rice
like
Krispies
it.
on it. Oh, but don't scrimp on the chocolate syrup either.
Oh my lord. And what'll it be for you, honey?
Alexis, are these photos of the town?
Oh, you like my pictures? My hobby's collecting snapshots of what our town used to be like. So whenever someone gives me an old picture, I just put it up here on display. Our world these days feels a bit cold to me, you know? Just thought it'd be nice to help folks remember what it was like in the good old days.
Zack, did you hear that? The good old days. Even in a remote town that's already far behind the times, there are still people who yearn for the past.
She told me what was going on, you know.
What?
Lise, you don't need to try and hide it from me, honey. Last time she came here, she told me all about it. Some odd fella was following her around, stalking her like.
What kind of fellow?
She said he had a really tall shadow,
How tall?
as tall as an oak tree.
Did that ring any bells for you?
Sadly, it didn't.
You can't think of one person that's
I know
like
just
really,
about
really
everyone
tall.
in this here town, but I ain't never seen a man who stands that tall. Maybe it really was an oak tree, and she just mistook it for someone.
Siren Head.
Sometimes the silhouettes of them trees, with lots of Spanish moss hanging down, make me feel a little funny too.
I don't think so, Alexis. Lise said the shadow was following her, correct? That means she must have been stalked by a man as tall as an oak tree. If she had only mistaken an oak tree for a person, she wouldn't have described it that way. She might have said,
It felt like a crowd of people was staring at me.
yes, exactly. She certainly wouldn't have talked about being followed by someone. Thank you, Patty. Zack, this data is all very intriguing, but it isn't the answer we're looking for. We came to knock down the 10 maidens, remember?
Oh, yeah! Booyah! Oh, I got a turkey!
Truly
Mrs. Carpenter's
mesmerizing,
having a
Zack.
good time.
This is why I never tire of small-town investigations. Same goes for you, right?
How are we gonna pay for this? I have no money. I spent it all beating her. This is what it's like to look through the eyes of a detective. Everything is red.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, howdy, stranger. My, you're a handsome one. You came out here from the city, didn't you? I can always spot you city folk from a mile away.
Just because I'm wearing a nice suit. Mrs. Carr.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Would you mind calling me York, ma'am?
Oh, so you are from the FBI. I thought as much. So sophisticated. Well, my horoscope in the paper today told me I'd be meeting someone new. And those horoscopes never miss. They're the real deal. Well, one even predicted when I'd bowl my first perfect game. Oh, no. Oh, could you stand a bit closer to me? Ooh, that was a close one. If you move any further that way, you'll cast a shadow over the lane. Well, the sheriff did that once, and something horrible happened.
I literally walked on the lane to get to you.
I got a gutter ball. First time in 12 years. I was mortified. And I am going to make sure nothing like that ever happens again. In our world, some routines lead to good things, while others only lead to the bad. So, you mustn't ever cast a shadow over the lane. Is that understood?
It's her routine, Zach. Understand? Just like us and coffee.
Yeah, but we're
Incidentally,
cool.
ma'am, would you mind letting me use this lane too? I'm investigating the Lise Clarkson murder case. And I need to topple 10 maidens, no matter what it takes.
No, absolutely not. Not
Selfish.
even the FBI can take my lane from me. I haven't given it up once ever since my husband passed away over a decade ago. I'll never break my promise to him.
But
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Did this bitch just give me the hand? Boys, get ready to lose some more money, because I'm about to punch a bitch.
Ooh, you like that? That's what I'm talking about. Who's your mama?
Zach, it looks like negotiations have failed. Now I'm afraid we have no choice but to force her to let us use her bowling lane. Yes, I know. I won't do anything illegal.
I will. Ma'am, you're under arrest for obstruction of justice. Bah!
Excuse me, Mrs. Carpenter?
Oh, Kit, you asked a question, sorry. Wait, is it the little girl, the FBI agent that was questioning Zach? She has the same accent. No, they have different names. It's possible she could have changed her name, but this happened in 2005? At the same time, we don't know how old she is now. I don't know. I don't believe so.
Stop! Not now. Can't you see I'm already in my bowling stance? What, are you blind? Holy mother of bowling balls.
Great camera angle there, buddy.
That stance, always works on a split. Oh, yeah, never fails.
Zach, our new friend, appears to be a very superstitious lady. We should try and utilize this trait of hers in order to gain access to the lane for a bit. That was an amazing shot, Mrs. Carpenter. In fact, it may have been the most amazing shot I've ever seen.
I wish I could have seen it.
Speaking of which, where did you happen to find all those neat little items? The ones you used to help you bowl that split just now.
Ooh, you got a keen eye there, Mr. Special Agent. Taking a liking to my collection, have you?
Oh yes, a great liking.
I buy all my charms and power stones from Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida.
Yes, it's a mystical establishment run by the Mirror.
The mirror.
If you're interested, I can mark it on your map for you.
Zach, this is it. Erzuli Frida. There must be a treasure trove of dubious trinkets on sale there.
Or we could literally just arrest her.
We may even be able to find something capable of changing her mind. It really feels like we're in the deep south now, doesn't it?
To anyone watching this in the future, what is it like in the Deep South? Is it just like this? Is it a perfect representation? I would love to just be able to, like, steal her trinkets. Okay, Jesus, someone just rang my doorbell. Hang on. Also, I didn't realize it's literally about to hit 9 o'clock, so it looks like that's going to be all the time we have for today, boys.